So Craig Lowndes just wheeled away from the pack. This was a nice job. Although I held my breath as always when he bags her up at the end, but it was a great performance. Big pressure at the end of it there in the battle for second and third. Jeremy Moore and the rest of the boys from Red Bull Racing Australia justifiably proud. And Lowndes goes into the record book. There he is with Mark, and it's a tremendous performance. 91 V8 Supercar wins.
So the podium was Lowndes, Whincup and Mark Winterbottom. The championship point score looks like this. Whincup gets the lead back from Will Davison. Lowndes is now 67 points behind in third. Fabian Coulthard drops 3 spots down to 8th, and Mark Winterbottom moves into the top 10. So another 200 points on offer today for races 11 and 12. I said the headline act yesterday was Lowndes, of course, but the highlights reel was dominated by what we just saw there. The Ecole Commodore flying through the air on the hill not too far from where we're sitting now. It was one of the most extraordinary incidents we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, so last night we all went into the paddock to try and gather information about it all. I spoke with Garth Tander and with Rick Kelly. The bottom line of their story was they were squeezed. Nowhere to go. Rick's certainly in the middle, absolutely nowhere to move. And Garth was limited by the track on the right-hand side. But you had a chat with Scotty Pye, who I imagine was still trembling at the time.
He did, a very frightened face. And at that point, he said, look, I didn't know where he was. And he thought he was clear of Rick. So he moved over, certainly wasn't clear of Rick. And it was a massive, I mean, we said it, you know, almost 250K, you get spun around, it's wild.
It's amazing that he didn't flip over, and it's a good thing because he would have rolled for a long, long time. So exactly where did it happen? Exactly how did it happen? And what type of numbers are we talking about here? Well, we sent Larko up the hill to find out.
Now, I said to you in yesterday's telecast, let's get up here on the hill at Barbagello Raceway and understand just how far that car of Scotty Pye's flew through the air sideways. Now, before I do, let's just acknowledge Scotty. This kid's a star of the future. He's just been in the wars a little bit lately, but keep your eye on him. He's not going anywhere. Great young bloke, got a future in our sport. Now, over here behind me, this is the main straight. This is the hill. When they get to the bottom of the hill just over here, they're doing about 255, 260 kilometres an hour. Where Scotty departed the circuit over here behind me, pick a number, probably around 240, 245 kilometres an hour. Now, see the witch's hat up there behind me? There's a lip there. I've been up, there's a witness mark there where you can see where Scott's car has taken off through the air, flown through the air, and look, here on the ground, you can see the witness marks here as well, here. You can see where the underbelly of the car has dug all the earth out here. I've stepped that out 45 metres. Now remember, that's nearly an Olympic swimming pool. That car has been in the air sideways at nearly 230, 240 kilometres an hour. Very lucky because there's an apron over here behind me, a concrete apron, that it didn't trip and roll down the road. So he's a lucky young lad. I spoke to him this morning. Yes, he's sore. The car's repaired. It's not great. But Scott said, remember that incident at Tasmania a few weeks back where he had that frontal impact and that hurt him? Well, he said this one hurt more because his legs whacked the tunnel, the centrepiece in the interior of the car. But good on you, Scotty. He's back out here on the track today, so well done, mate.
Absolutely, and the car is looking quite good. It's just a couple of garages down from where we're sitting. It's extraordinary how they piece them all back together again. Bit of a breeze coming through today. It's a little bit cooler to start the day, but it will pretty much end up a carbon copy of yesterday. So 27 degrees and no sign of rain to bother us. Like we said at the top, it's a very busy day, folks. So settle in for a long one. You'll see it all here on 7 Sport. Coming up after the break, back-to-back qualifying sessions for the V8s. Are we in for another golden day like we had yesterday?
Baby, you're making it faster.
Yeah, Scotty on the change for the lead here as Lowndes goes up the inside. So Lowndes diving through. He's got good car pace.
This could be the day that Craig Lowndes eclipses Mark Skaife's all-time career race-winning record. He loves this circuit. There's only 4 laps to go between Craig Lowndes, this circuit, and a place in the history books.
One more lap, mate. 2.0, car behind.
And Jeremy Moore is willing on Lowndes. And this is one for the record books. The People's Champion today becomes the all-time race winner. Craig Lowndes, 91 career victories.